That's a liberal.
It's like saying, would you rather have wine or water?
Wine, a half inch means a lot sometimes.
Nobody likes to eat crow. Right.
Now I'm starving.
How much is the economy today? It's that much.
This pumpkin latte sucks, and I want to speak to your manager.
Objection, hearsay. Objection, leading. Objection, hearsay.
Where is that woman when Biden speaks?
Get out of here. His name is pronounced Joni. And that's the end of it.
Hiya, honey.
Hi. Oh, I have no lighting. This is a bad spot.
We have Sleepy Jen today, everybody.
I need no sleep. Jen's gonna kill herself.
Jen is lack of sleep. You should make a pot of coffee.
I don't drink coffee. You know I can't.
I know, but you should drink coffee.
I
That'll
can't.
keep you up. That's what I did. Hello, Ralph Rubinick. Yes, you were the first one here today.
All right, this isn't gonna work.
Grandma Joe. We're gonna just let Jennifer sort herself out. Hello.
I'll be back.
There
Say hello to everybody. Let me change locations.
All right, go ahead. Mick 40, good to see you. Andrew Dorman, good to have you too. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Yes, well, I hope we will enjoy the holidays. I hope you all enjoy the holiday of Thanksgiving. You know, I've been blown away at how many people are saying happy holidays to those who celebrate for Thanksgiving. I mean, we're in America. It's the only country that celebrates Thanksgiving because we're thankful for our pilgrims and Indians and being able to survive here through the first winters after Plymouth Rock. And yeah, I'm listening to people go, happy holiday to those who celebrate. Now, why would you come to a country that celebrates the holiday and not celebrate the holiday? I don't know. It's just me, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Angela Ricca. And there's Jenny. How are you, Angela? And yes, Miss America at age 40. All right. Oh, look who's here. Topher. How are you, Topher?
Oh, you must be really bored. Oh.
Jennifer, tell everybody what they have to do.
What?
Vote for you.
Oh, yeah. I'll message them. It's no big deal. It's embarrassing.
She'll message you. If you have Facebook, I want you to go on my page or Jen's page and look for the Fab 40. Jennifer is in a contest to win $40,000, and she is in the quarterfinals, and she's got to get into first place in order to advance, right? You only have one more after this?
Yeah, I think it's done the second. The winner's announced the 17th of December. Okay. So I think I'm like 8th right now, so I haven't put any effort to it.
All right. Well,
you can vote every day. You don't buy anything, and I'm giving $5,000 back to breast cancer research.
There you go. All right. So if you think about it, when you sign on to Facebook, say, oh, I have to vote for Jen, and vote for Jen.
And share it. Tell your friends.
We need the same team that, well, no, maybe not exactly the same team that helped me when I ran for borough president.
You lost.
I know. That didn't work out. I was going to say. But anyway, if everybody works as hard on this as they did for my run for borough president, she might win. Happy Thanksgiving, Lucille. Good to have you.
I like talking.
Howard Zim, how are you? And Francine, how are you? This is so nice to have everybody. No, she's still running, Howard. I just voted 100 times. Thank you, Topher. You are the best. Jen will buy all the drinks when she wins. Absolutely, she will. Maria Lupo, how are you? Good to see you. Dominic Santepio, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back and feeling better. Bobby McKenna, when you hear that, you know that they are full of it. I have voted for Jen multiple times. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you all. All right. Well,
wait, before we start, we have a sponsor. They're not paying us, but They said, God, no.
That's how we roll. We have sponsors that don't pay. Did you pay to get this?
Yes.
Only us.
No.
Good.
Anyway, today's sponsor is Glow by Gans. It's a body butter. It smells like dreamsicle.
Okay.
And it's
good.
my favorite new lotion. Nancy Gans, who invented shapewear, invented it and made it in her kitchen. And I got to go see her lab the other day. And it is the most amazing body butter that you'll ever use. So go to Glow, G-L-O, by Gans, G-A-N-Z.com, and they have 10% off, and you get a free little glass jar also, so that you can have Glow on the go. And
Ooh.
I don't even think Nancy would want to watch our podcast, but I told her that.
Well, go support Nancy Gans's Glow.
Yes.
Our non-sponsor sponsor.
Tonight's sponsor of the shittiest podcast ever.
Yeah, well, listen, I think we're wonderful. Yeah.
Well, she told everyone about our podcast, even her 98-year-old mother. That's all she talks about.
Who did?
Nancy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yes, Donald Trump endorses Jen. Absolutely. And Jennifer's going to go rub some Glow on his face so that he stays looking fresh and healthy for the next 4 years. Russian. What's Russian? If she doesn't. Oh, it's Russian. Oh, if she doesn't win, it's Russian collusion. Got it. Jen, I thought you were buying us Sizzler if you win.
I am.
Okay. Drinks at Sizzler. I hope it's not Diddy's. No, it's not. Oh, hello, Ramon. It's good to have you. Okay, so anyway, listen, since there's so many things to talk about. Do you want to talk about the Israel ceasefire with Hamas? Did you see that? Or
heard it?
So that's a really good thing. And Trump's court cases, Jack Smith having to let them all go. There's a lot of things to talk about, but I think the most important thing to talk about right now is doing a PSA for all the people out there who are going to Thanksgiving at family's house or having friends over, or what are you doing for Thanksgiving,
I was
Jen?
just going to say, well, I have parents that moved and a son that moved, so nothing. I'm staying home alone.
You're 45 years old. Why don't you cook Thanksgiving and have your friends over?
Because Jimmy decided not to give me a new kitchen, so.
Well, have it catered.
No, it's not that. Where's everyone going to eat? We have that little table. I think we're going to.
You get it. Gonna
go to Denoy like we did for Easter.
Oh, well, then go to Denoy. Okay. Well, for those of you who are cooking, I'm not even going to buy into her guilt trip. I'm just not. She can easily come here. She knows I'll buy her any ticket she wants. She can hop on a plane and be here. But for those of you who are, juggling things up like we are here, just one piece of advice. If you're going to serve some experimental stuff, don't serve it on Thanksgiving. Because if you thought that the politics would stop your family from talking to you, watch this.
Happy Thanksgiving. We love you. But guess what? This shit ain't fair that we couldn't even get a decent thing of macaroni and cheese. We got to wait to go back to Goose for Auntie Karen to make us some damn macaroni and damn cheese. Because you decided to do some bullshit you done seen off the damn internet. Don't experiment on damn Thanksgiving. Don't experiment on Thanksgiving. Mom, you experiment by your damn self.
With cream cheese before.
Hell, don't try it with us. We don't want that shit. Auntie Karen gave you the damn recipe. But you chose to do shit on your own. Messed our shit up.
Don't experiment with stuff you've seen on the internet during Thanksgiving. Macaroni and cheese, no cream cheese.
Family that you hate tries it.
And never comes back?
Yeah. Moved to South Carolina.
Oh, that's funny. It's like bum cream, but better. Yeah. Russian dressing. Okay. You're welcome to my house, Jen. Maria, see there? Thank you, Maria, for saving my ass, because I'm never going to hear the end of it, that I left stinking New York. Sorry. It's just, I couldn't make it better. I did my best. Now it's up to you guys to figure it out. World leader are all running scared because Trump is coming back. You know it's the truth. To be thankful, we are all here alive and well. Yes, that's true, Professor. That's a great answer, and it's true. As much as we joke around here, we do need to be thankful. There's so much to be thankful for. Go to Ralph's Sports Bar on Staten Island, Jen.
What?
For Thanksgiving.
That's very sad. You want me to kill myself?
Well, that's what Dominic said. She messed that shit up. Yeah, she did. Everyone wants the traditional food. I agree, especially lion meat. I'm going from Pleasant Plains to Grand City. I hope the traffic ain't too bad. It's Staten Island with Vision Zero. That should take you about an hour and a half. I probably could get to North Carolina faster than you could get from Grand City to from Pleasant Plains to Grand City. My woman and I are going to a high-class restaurant. My gal has class, but I'm low class. We'll see how it goes. Oh, okay. Well, dress up, speak little, and put your napkin on your lap. And don't be yelling that you're not eating cream cheese. Roz and I will be having a traditional dinner, giving thanks for America. Good, good. I miss Thanksgiving at your house.
Yeah,
Well,
so do I.
well, why don't the two of you get together and recreate it? How's that?
At your house?
What a thought.
Someone
Well,
else there.
you don't have to go to my house, but you can recreate it. Christopher's, Chris has a great apartment with great views. I mean,
And who's going to leave and cook for us all day? Not I.
Oh, God forbid. If I could send it up, if I could figure out a way to send Thanksgiving dinner up, I would. My godmother makes quinoa. I'm not going over there. Really? Quinoa turkey? Hi, Susan. How are you? Can you say hazelnut or schnick? Hazelnut or schnick? Or schnick? I don't know. Okay. Oh, God. Let me again. Okay. While we're watching the next video, everybody tell me what your must-have Thanksgiving dish that you make every year, or what dish you absolutely hate. One of each, please. Okay. So listen, I don't know if you heard, but we're having some problems with Trump's picks, right? His appointments. That's today's show, Trump's picks. But I want you to listen to this interview. The DOD or Pentagon has cannot account for $890 billion. Okay, it's failed. It's another audit. This is the 7th audit in a row that it has failed. So listen to Maria from Fox Business speak to Congresswoman Nancy Mace, and she gets a little heated. Watch.
The Pentagon, meanwhile, failing its 7th audit in a row, Congresswoman. They're unable to account for nearly $830 billion budget. I mean, let me just say that again. They are unable to account for an $830 billion budget. This is insanity.
Right. Well, the Pentagon has never actually passed an audit. Can you imagine the average American when the IRS comes in and they fail audit after audit? They'd face massive fines or charges from the IRS, and they need to be accounted for, every single dollar, every penny.
And do you think that's going to change? I mean, Pete Hegseth coming into the Department of Defense could obviously represent real change here, but what's the problem? Why can't they pass an audit?
The problem. Well, the problem is no one's ever held accountable. No one's ever fired when they can't find the money or when there's massive fraud or waste. These bureaucrats have been running the country for decades, and it's not working. And so Donald Trump, I see, he's not a threat to democracy. He is absolutely a threat to the bureaucracy that's been in D.C. for decades. And this can't come fast enough. This should be a use it or lose it type of theme when the new administration and these disruptors come in. There's so much that we can change and be far more efficient. We shouldn't be spending millions of dollars in Russia, for example, to train cats on treadmills. That's the kind of thing your U.S. tax dollars has been paying for, including puppy parts and wet markets in China. We don't need to be doing that. There's so much waste across the board.
It's unbelievable. But I mean, look, I'm sorry, but you and your colleagues are the stewards of this, right? You're supposed to be representing the people. So it's gone off the rails. If we've got all of this money that's being appropriated and it's actually nonsense.
I agree with you, Maria, which is why I always vote against these spending bills, the massive omnibuses and continuing resolutions that continue the drunken spending for years. I voted against every single measure because I'm not going to go along to play along. I don't have friends in Washington. I'm not there to make friends. I'm there to work for the American people.
Okay. Well, we're going to be watching you work because something's got to give here. We can't keep saying, well, oh, we can't find the money. Oh, we wasted more money. It's outrageous. Right. And the good news is that the American people are now onto it.
How much did Biden say we can line our pockets with?
There you go. And he's scrambling to get Ukraine the last $7 billion before he leaves office. He's scrambling because it was Congress allocated it, and he's scrambling to get them the money. Freaking ridiculous. And this meltdown, I think, is what everybody feels. Not. It's interesting. This meltdown came as a result of Trump winning. But I think when we all see how much money has been wasted in government, we all kind of sympathize with this woman. Watch.
It's all right. It's all right. I feel that way too. It's all right. We feel that way together, okay? Let it out. Let it out. Everybody wants to show the happy side. I'm mad as hell today! But because I have responsibilities, I'm gonna do these freaking dishes. Whew.
Can you imagine waking up next to her?
Because I have responsibilities, I'm going to do these freaking dishes. Oh my gosh, I can't. I mean, they're all hysterical over Kamala losing. But let me just say this. We have been dealing with these Democrat bullcrap for years.
Sorry, my shirt's on backwards. That's how tired I am. I knew it.
She's so tired that she's going to change her shirt right on live television. Okay. This is great. Yeah. Dude, they're lining their pockets. Yes, absolutely.
No, Kamala lost, so we never saw her again. So she's such a great vice president.
Yeah, right. She just disappeared.
Never saw her again.
Yeah. The problem is we didn't vote it in it. They always push it through. You're right. You're absolutely right. And this is what's going on. I mean, we have been hoodwinked unbelievably. It's just ridiculous how hoodwinked the American public is. And we finally recognized it. And thank God, because we're catching it. Hello. Oh, good to see you, Martin Lee. Good to have you here with us.
Here. I didn't see. Hi, Grandma.
Yeah. Something's got to give. How much corruption is there? Disgraceful and simply ridiculous. Well, we're going to find out how much corruption there is, because now here's the Doge that Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, and everybody's scared shit of them. Watch.
Here from co-leader of the incoming Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, Vivek Ramaswamy, joined me yesterday. Watch. You expecting to close down entire agencies like President Trump has talked about the Department of Education, for example. Are you going to be closing down departments?
We expect mass reductions. We expect certain agencies to be deleted outright. We expect mass reductions in force in areas of the federal government that are bloated. We expect massive cuts among federal contractors and others who are overbilling the federal government. So, yes, we expect all of the above. And I think people will be surprised by, how quickly we're able to move with some of those changes, given the legal backdrop the Supreme Court has given us.
Well, everyone's going to ban an allowance. Look, Banks in the New York City Department of Ed was making $440,000 a year, more than the mayor.
Yeah.
More than the mayor.
Well, do you notice that the people that the Senate and the press have all gone after are what's his name? Oh my gosh, what was his name? The AG, the one that was AG that stepped down, that was seeking Gates, right? Thank you. So Matt Gates, Hexet, and all of a sudden Hexet supposedly raped somebody and paid her off. I can't. I mean, pull out something different than that. Tulsi Gabbard, supposedly she's a Russian spy. Can we do something different? And did I say, and what was the other one? And Elon Musk. Okay. So mostly the Democrats they're going after is Elon. Oh, and RFK. RFK is a lunatic, a denier of.
Don't say it.
What's that?
Don't say it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, we're going to say it because they're going to say it here. But here's what I'm getting at. The Department of Health, $1.7 trillion budget. Nobody knows where the money is. DOI, $1 trillion budget. FBI, CIA, nobody knows where the money is spent. DOD, $1 trillion, one of the biggest budgets that we have. Can't pass an audit for 7 years because these contractors and these people are getting rich and they know where the bodies are buried. And Congress has just been rubber stamping the spending. And that's the Republicans as well as the Democrats. So I've got a bone to pick with them. But here we have the press, the media, everybody going crazy, especially over these appointments, because these are the largest budgets that we have in the federal government. Nobody gives a shit really about the Department of Education because there's not a lot of money in it. But these are the big budgets. These are the big agency budgets, and people have a lot to say about it. So let's hear what Tammy Duckworth had to say about Pete Hegseth being the new DOD Secretary DOD.
Senator, first I want to start on some of the revelations around these allegations, which I think both speak to character, clearly, if they're true, and he denies them. But also there's an institutional issue here with how the Department of Defense deals with such accusations and justice in those cases. What is your reaction to what's been reported so far about the allegations against Mr. Hegseth?
I mean, it's insane. He already was manifestly unqualified to be Secretary of Defense, but it's insane that Donald Trump wants this man who admits, as you said, he paid off a woman who accused him of rape to lead the Department of Defense. Remember now, we've been working for over a decade on military sexual trauma, getting to finally a place where the military is doing better. And it is really a slap in the face to the men and women who wear the uniform of this great nation, should this man be confirmed to be Secretary of Defense.
Aside from his views, aside from the allegations, just purely on experience. Like, I can think of, a lot of folks that I know that are very, very sharp and who have served. I wouldn't necessarily say they should run the Department of Defense. Like, it is basically the largest entity you can run anywhere in the U.S. And I guess, what do you think the qualifications are affirmatively, like that he lacks? Obviously past secretaries have been people who have some experience basically managing large bureaucracies.
Yeah, I mean, he was a platoon leader, which is 35 guys. We're talking about going from managing 35 people to 3 million people with a budget in this year's NDA's budget is $923 billion.
Pretty high.
Pretty high. You can't just put anybody to go do that. I would be worried about Hegseth running a McDonald's. something, let alone the Department of Defense.
And all the other people that ran it, did they fight? were they in a war?
Did they, for 7 years in a row, the audits have failed. They can't find the money. So for 7 years in a row, the guys who were quote unquote qualified didn't do the job. Maybe that's because when you pick from the inside, everybody's buddy, right? I mean, this is what the American people have hired Donald Trump to do. So I want everybody to listen and hear, even in passing, listen for Russian collusion, listen for sexual scandals, listen for the terms unqualified, unfit, because isn't it interesting? AOC was a bartender and became a congresswoman, but she's qualified to make decisions about what happens to you and me, right? But the president gets elected after everything that they threw at him. And when he wants to put his people in, people who he knows can get the job done, these MFers are standing in the way. Just think about it.
Kamala Harris was a BJQ before she was vice president.
That's right. She was. Yeah. I mean, I can't. Yellen resigned. Camel Toe is spending $1,300 a night in Hawaii. Whose money is she spending, Kevin? How are you? Good to have you here. Hi there, Chris. Good to have you. Everybody who's been is in the pocket of the deep state. So just think about that for a minute. We are finally shaking up government, and it's happening because everybody who watches this show and another 79 million voted for Donald Trump.
But Waltz was a gym teacher before he ran for vice president.
Well, first he was he was a gym teacher who ran for Congress, and then and then there you go. All right. So Nancy Mace talking about Trump's appointments. Watch.
Matt Gaetz has certainly sparked lots of conversation, as has Pete Hegseth and RFK Jr. Do you expect Matt Gaetz to face pushback?
I think a lot of them are going to face pushback for the same reasons. Again, they are going to be actual disruptors. That's what the American people want, but Washington, D.C. doesn't want that. So there's going to be pushback. There's going to be a lot of money spent. It will all be artificial, but that doesn't mean we won't have to deal with it, because that's how Washington, D.C. works.
Joining me now is South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace, a member of the House Oversight, Armed Services, and Veterans Affairs Committees. Congresswoman, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here this morning. What do you make of these picks?
This was a mandate by the American people. He won the majority of the popular vote. He won all 7 swing states, and we're seeing people celebrate still today, 2 weeks later, his victory.
Yeah, well, for sure. I guess the confirmation hearings will begin early January. And then we will, of course, see them take place throughout the inauguration, January 20th. Do you expect his nominees to pass muster with the Senate?
I don't, actually. And this is what, I'm deeply concerned about his disruptors being able to get confirmation vis-a-vis the Senate. This is what he wants. It's what the American people wants. I want to see transformational change in the future of this country. We got to walk ourselves back off this cliff that we're jumping off of with the Biden-Harris administration.
Okay.
Sorry. Christian's here. Look, boo Trump. Christian, you want me to kick your ass?
Well, Matt Gaetz withdrew, and now the Florida AG is her name is being pushed for Attorney General. Why can't I think of her name? I don't know. You'd think I was the one lacking sleep. Anyway, somebody will correct me on here. But they're going to try and stop him every step of the way, because everything is running so well with the people who have quote unquote experience. Okay, so just remember that. Let's not get fooled. Let's not get taken back to the craziness. She's a Democrat. I don't know who we're referring to, because I know I've lost a lot of time with the comments. What about the chick Biden sexually assaulted when he was a senator? Oh no, she didn't count. We only believe Democrat women who claim Republicans raped them.
And they're all allegations. I can alleged someone lied. Now, alleged liar, allegations, none of them were proven, correct?
That's right. That is correct. And Dominic, that is untrue. Nobody has proven Gates went through a DOJ investigation. They found nothing, but he resigned, and rightly so, because it was taking attention off of Trump and what had to be done. And he didn't want this thing to drag out. And I'm sure that he didn't need all this shit every single day,
especially when
his family
felt he wasn't going to get past the Senate because, Congress?
Senate? No, the Senate. No, 6
they don't
Republicans
like
weren't going to.
Republicans, there's a lot that don't. So
yeah, because they have no balls.
Yeah,
absolutely no balls. They know where the bodies are buried. They are not buried too deep. Always follow the money. Silence doesn't come cheap. Yeah, well, we're going to have a clip with Tulsi Gabbard in a minute, and I think that's going to say a lot. We know Camel Toe won't be at McDonald's.
How far behind are you?
I'm way behind. Slap in the face to men and women and suggest a third gender. Okay, I'm going to let you all read the rest of them because it is already halfway through the show.
Well, the way Christian said hello, and you know Christian from Irby.
Okay, hold on a second. Christian, where is Christian?
Said hello, mommy and Jen. So
okay,
hi, because
hi, Christian. Oh, there we are. How are you? Good to see you. Okay. Yes, Bondi. Thank you, Bondi. Putin is already talking to Trump about the war. Absolutely. He had to spend money on security where Republicans for the most part out here. Yeah, it's true. The allegations are a hoax. 100% they're a hoax. Because they pull out the same freaking allegations every time a Republican has to be confirmed. And who listens to it? The meltdown queens. Robert Kennedy Jr. father was executed by an Islamic terrorist and it was covered up by the CIA. Well, Trump said he's going to release the files. So let's see. Surely was a pure disgrace to us. Should have checked himself into New York Sunrise. I'm not sure who he's talking about.
That's Biden when he was in Staten Island yesterday.
Oh, what was he doing there?
He had a Friendsgiving with him and Jill, with 3 friends.
Where?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't even know he was here, but Jimmy's son told me he was working all day.
We all knew he was going to be there because all the roads were closed. I just can't imagine where he was.
I had no problem, so I don't really think anyone cared.
Well, you work from home, so.
No, I didn't work from home yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And there was no traffic.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so the people that are complaining about all these appointees, at the end of the day, they're Karens like this woman. What?
Hi. I want to know how you can vote.
We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Shameful. Are you the one that walks by here and always screaming at people? No, I haven't walked by recently. Okay, because a lot of people walk by and scream. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You are voting for the devil. Don't you know that? No. Why are you voting for him? Because I believe he is the moral candidate. Oh, my God. You for that one.
That's
moral?
Exactly right. That's how your side acts.
Oh, my God.
That's
He's
how
the
you
most
guys...
immoral person around.
In your opinion, that's okay.
Oh,
yeah, I'm sorry. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. God bless you.
The party of joy. The party of peace.
And you know what's funny? All of the stars said they were moving. Ellen DeGeneres moved to the UK. Eva Longoria moved. But I found out from Dr. Lederman, Josiane told me something very smart. It's so that they don't have to pay taxes. It's not because of Trump. They use that as their thing. But if you don't live here 6 months out of the year, you don't have to pay taxes. And I looked it up and she's right.
Well, Longoria was already living in Spain.
They already own properties, yeah.
No, but she's been living in Spain for the past 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
So she didn't move because of Trump. Who is the one? One of them moved to Italy. 2 of them moved to Italy. And I hate to break it to them that the president of Italy or the prime minister of Italy is more conservative than Trump. She's a real, talk no abortion, no, lots of things. that that they're all crazy about here. So what was that? Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow. She moved to Italy.
Thank God.
I mean, come on. It's you know what? Let them go. And they all left X too. They were all on Blue Sky now.
Did you see that Elon Musk took away what's her name? What's that stupid singer? I hate her. Travis Kelce's girlfriend. He banned her
from X.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't see that. But I know that there's Blue Sky is where all the libs live now. And Twitter or X is an absolute joy. Really, really interesting. All right. So talking about Elon Musk and X, listen to this exchange. This is pretty interesting.
Also, I heard what you're saying about X. I saw a survey this week. It's now the most ideologically balanced user platform.
Scott,
of any platform.
stop. It's too early. I just sat down. I've only been here for 2 minutes. You cannot continue to say
the show, but
you
it's
cannot
true.
say that.
So,
That's not the case.
So
Who's the source of that?
What I find, we reported it on this network.
It's not accurate, and you know it.
Okay, I'll let you make your statement.
Scott,
but my point is
can I reframe it a different way? Because the site changed radically, right? So whether you think the voices it is somehow more balanced now, that's fine. But no doubt Musk's influence is profound, and that you open it up and now you're there with his opinion, and he is now part of this administration. So does anyone else think that there should be this greater concern about billionaires purchasing media companies?
Okay. Would you be worried if Bill Gates controlled MSNBC?
No, because he's sane.
Because MS...
Make no sense. But Taylor Swift went on and told everyone to vote for Biden, and Beyonce and all these billionaires that are huge high-profile celebrities were used to tell people to go out to vote, and people didn't do it. So,
well, Elon Musk, according to them, is insane. So the smartest man in the world with the most money is not sane, but Bill Gates is sane. Okay, Bill Gates. Bill Gates, who wants to kill people when they're old, he's the sane one. But Elon Musk is not. So think about that. Oh, where's the drugs when you need them? They're coming over the border. Don't worry about it. Can't wait till Elon buys MSNBC. That meltdown will be so sweet. Sharon Stone is in Italy too. Yes, indeed. Tom Hanks moved. Oh, well, that's good to know. I went to high school in a town of 5,000 people with Ellen DeGeneres. She was weird way back then. Mick, I'm not surprised. I'm absolutely not surprised. Chopper broke down and was left on the field. It's been in service for 20 times. Oh, Biden?
Oh, it had to be Miller Field then if he was at the fort, right?
Yeah. Well, he said Father Cop was down. What they project is on us, sick, twisted people. Exactly. The Tards hate free speech so much. They hate it. That's the Diddy list. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what a lot of people are saying, that they moved so they don't get prosecuted because of the Diddy list. So that would be.
They all moved so they don't have to pay taxes. And I did look it up, and she's right. 6 months out, if you live more than 6 months out of the year, out of the country, you don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah. Well, it could be anything, right? It could be anything.
I'm sure that's
but we're not going to be any worse for it. Who freaking cares if they move? Let them move. That's better for us. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd freaking get rid of a whole bunch of the blue cities and states and just keep the sane people. The panels on MSDNC are afraid of Elon Musk could buy the media. Yeah, well, you know what? I don't know if he would buy it because it wouldn't pay him back. Why bother? Let it just collapse and go off the air. Yeah, right, Debbie. Bill Gates is saying, didn't he say he wants to basically euthanize old sick people? Yeah. Meanwhile, the biggest benefactor of the Democratic Party worked for the Nazi when he was a teenager. Oh, Soros you're talking about. Joe Rogan asked Elon Musk if he can have Rachel Maddow's job when Musk buys MSNBC. I just can't see Musk buying MSNBC. Okay, let's see what else we have going on here. All right, talk about the truth. Here is NPR CEO having a discussion, a TED Talk about truth and how she perceives it. Watch.
But one of the most significant differences
critical for moving from polarization to productivity is that the Wikipedians who write these articles aren't actually focused on finding the truth. They're working for something that's a little bit more attainable, which is the best of what we can know right now. And after 7 years there, I actually believe that they're onto something. That for our most tricky disagreements, seeking the truth and seeking to convince others of the truth isn't necessarily the best place to start. In fact, I think our reverence for the truth might have become a bit of a distraction that is preventing us from finding consensus and getting important things done.
I miss the days when you just believe total bullshit from your neighbor and then you spread it like herpes.
Yeah. Well, the truth is a distraction. We need to do things that will help build consensus, not necessarily the truth.
Guess what? If you're dumb enough to believe everything, then...
Well, I agree. You know, to some extent, I've been saying this for a while. You know, we talk about science being fact, but it's not. It's just a bunch of theories that the majority of people agree.
Science I believe is science I've lived through and I know.
But everything, right? Everything that's provable. Like how do we know?
It's proven, but how do you know something's like a roller coaster? It's totally safe until it crashes.
Right. But how do you know? How do you know that Mars is X amount of light years away from Earth without going there, without testing that?
Hello. Duh. What do you think they made this for?
These are theories, right? These are theories, lots of theories, and a whole bunch of people have to agree on it, and then it becomes a fact. So, I mean, but there are certain things we know for a fact, right? I mean, 2 + 2 = 4, but that's because we created those numbers. Somebody did, and then we accepted those facts. So I don't want to go too deep because it'll take all day. But news should not be, let's build consensus. News should be, here's what happened, not a distraction, not the truth being a distraction.
Like, I know you moved and I'm alone for Thanksgiving. I know that's a fact. There's no which way you moved. I can measure how many miles you are with my tape measure. When it will be not out their stomach.
Oh, you're gonna just kill me. Why don't you come here? I don't understand.
Because I have very needy clients and bills to pay.
Okay. So
there's no flights out there now. Everyone moved from here to there. Now what am I gonna do? They left that and I went to South Carolina. I've never seen Spirit be sold out so many times.
Oh yeah.
You used to be able to get a flight like 2 minutes before. Now you have to do it.
They're all sold out, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. The truth is a distraction to discovering the lies, and some scientists have theories, not facts. Agreed. They can't read a tape, can't write or read cursive. You're giving the tarts too much credit, Jen. News should be straight reporting, no bias. Agreed. Poor Jen, abandoned for Thanksgiving. I don't know. My mother left when I was in my 30s, before I even,
But you still had family. You still had your in-laws. You had your father.
You have your cousin, and you have your 2 cousins.
I don't even know where she's been since she got a boyfriend. So.
Well, you have Danielle.
Danielle doesn't even live in this state.
She lives in Jersey.
Exactly.
It's 11 hours to get here, Mick. It's not that long.
And if you drive like I do.
But she was just here, so she's done. All right, well, listen to this meltdown from a liberal who probably won't be going to her parents' house for Thanksgiving either.
I hate to be the person that gets on here and cries, but this could break me and my parents apart, because they just don't understand what they voted for and like what it means, and the bigotry and hatred that they stand behind, and how I am trying to be a good person. I'm not Catholic like they are, which is ironic because it's religion's supposed to make you love. But I could see it breaking me and my parents apart because they just don't get it, and they don't get that they voted for someone who's gonna make my friends' lives hell. My life's okay. I'm a white woman, but my friends are not gonna be okay.
That's what he's going to do. He's going to knock on your friend's door and say, I'm here to make hell for you. I'm Donald Trump, and I'm going to make your life.
My friends. So your friends are more important than your parents. So your parents have no idea what they were doing. They only raised you. But what do they know? They don't know anything, right? They raised you. They made you feel like you were so smart that you're smarter than them. But your friends are way more important.
He's going to wind up joining Hamas. Watch. Guaranteed. Next, you'll see it with a burqa.
Absolutely. Okay, so here's how the international news is reporting RFK's appointment.
Vaccine skeptic, sworn enemy of processed food, and a potential shock to the U.S. health system. Here's what you need to know about President-elect Donald Trump's health secretary pick, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Kennedy ran for president in the 2024 race, first as a Democrat, then as an independent until he dropped out and endorsed Trump. He's the son of Robert Kennedy, who was assassinated during his own presidential campaign in 1968. If the Senate confirms his nomination, 70-year-old Kennedy will head the Department of Health and Human Services, the world's largest public health agency, along with its hefty $1.7 trillion budget. These are some of his proposed changes. Kennedy is perhaps best known for questioning the effectiveness of Big Pharma's big cash cow, vaccines.
There's no vaccine that is, safe and effective.
Although he did later deny ever making this claim in a November 2023 interview, insisting he is not anti-vaccine.
Well, you've said previously that no vaccine is safe or effective, which is...
I've never said that.
You did say that in a podcast interview in July.
I've never said that.
You did say that. There are quotes, and that recording is there.
Wrong, and you're making something up.
Kennedy believes that vaccines should go through more trials before being licensed. And during the COVID-19 epidemic, his nonprofit group, Children's Health Defense, petitioned the FDA to halt the use of all COVID vaccines. Kennedy is calling for a complete overhaul of the big food and pharma-backed Food and Drug Administration, accusing it of aggressively suppressing unsubstantiated products and therapies, including stem cells, raw milk, and psychedelics. He suggested that drug makers be barred from advertising on TV. He has also promised a crackdown on food dyes and preservatives. Kennedy claims fluoridated water causes an array of health issues. That's why he recommends removing fluoride from drinking water, a mineral added to water supplies since the mid-1900s to help prevent tooth decay. Kennedy has said he wants to fire 600 employees at the big pharma-funded National Institutes of Health, which oversees vaccine research. He wants to replace them with 600 new people.
In some categories of workers, there are entire departments, like the nutrition departments at FDA, that have to go.
In his first week, he said he would order a pause in drug development and infectious disease research and shift the focus instead to chronic diseases. Kennedy and Trump say they want to make America healthy again, but with Big Pharma on alert since Trump picked Kennedy, could they stand in the way of his policies?
They just sold me on them. So, wait, hold on. So you want to test shots more before you give them to people. Okay. You processed food, you're against, was it they were getting listeria? What were they getting from all that meat? The processed
listeria, but that's a disease.
And also, I don't want wooden teeth like the British, so I'm good.
Right. Well, but they've shown that fluoride causes retardation and brain
and teeth decay. Isn't that why all the British have terrible teeth?
because they don't have fluoride and they drink a lot of tea and they don't have great
Wait,
dental
so
hygiene.
he wants fluoride, or they have
He
too
doesn't want fluoride. As a matter of
They
fact,
have too much fluoride because you said they don't have
we
fluoride.
have too much fluoride.
No, wait, but
the British don't put fluoride in the water.
And then their
we
teeth.
are the most
balance
unhealthy country. We are, for a superpower, we are the most unhealthy country. And our food.
Crack an egg, and I've learned this again from Joseanne Liederman. The eggs, a white egg, you crack it, it's like bright orange, bright yellow. It's supposed to be orange. You go to Italy, the eggs are brown, they're orange.
Yeah.
They're fresh. People are living longer. You're not supposed to put processed shit into your body except for Botox. I mean,
well, except for with you in the comments, I can't. Except for Botox. I mean, listen, it's amazing. They're pumping out vaccines, but you can't sue them if you have a vaccine injury because they're indemnified against you suing them. So how many kids are we up to now? What percentage of children that have autism, and they're all getting these hundreds of or tens or dozens of vaccines before they can even walk or talk? It's crazy. And how many times, I mean, just look at your television. How many times do you see a pharmaceutical commercial every day? How many times? A dozen? 2 dozen? You can sing the songs to all the pharmaceutical commercials. There should not be direct consumer advertising for pharmaceutical commercials.
But again, and I know this firsthand from your son John, back in the day, he used to have like cubes of he used to win trips to Hawaii. They used to offer him trips to Hawaii.
Right. Then better for that to be the case, because then doctors can have their own moral center. But we don't have that anymore. We don't even have doctors anymore. We have insurance companies telling doctors what to do and how they have to do it. I told you a couple of weeks ago, I went to the doctor and all she was doing was pushing shingles, flu, mumps, this, that, the other thing. She pushed so many medications on me and shots. And I told her I'm not taking any of it.
Yeah, you have to pay for Botox.
Yeah, you have to pay for Botox, right? Or you could just jar, fruit wrong, and then you can have your own botulism.
It makes botulism?
Yes, that's what Botox is. Yeah, botulism. 20 different class action suits for cancer from Big Pharma drugs. Yeah, but the thing is that they're involved in our food industry. They're involved in everything in the government. So all of those Surgeon General says, how come the Surgeon General says tobacco is no good for you, but the tobacco companies were allowed to continue on, but the vapes were not?
If it was so bad, why didn't they discontinue it?
Right. And the vapes, we're getting people off tobacco.
Drugs are so bad for you, but now pot's legal.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Alcohol's so bad for you. I mean, and it's still legal.
Yeah.
So it's because of taxes. If they can't make money from taxes, they're not going to legalize it.
Well, if they can't make money, all right. We still have Tulsi Gabbard. So let's see what she had to say.
Who actually runs the government, in your experience?
Not who you think it is. It's and in many cases, especially recently, the troubling part about all this is it's not even people who we vote for. When you look at what happened when President Biden had that infamous debate with President Trump, it exposed the reality that many of us have known for a long time, which is that President Biden has not been the guy calling the shots. He has not been the guy making the decisions, nor has it been Kamala Harris, for that matter, nor will it be if she is elected president. It is this cabal of, the Democrat elite, the woke warmongers, made up of the likes of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and, Tony Blinken and Jake Sullivan and, people who are in the military industrial complex, people who profit from us being in a constant state of war. It is those in the administrative state, in the national security state, who derive more authorities and ability to take away our liberty when we are in a heightened state of crisis or war. It is their friends and billionaires and people in media who all derive their power from being able to have a figurehead that essentially they can control.
I was listening. My earbud.
Yeah, so they don't want Tulsi because they say what she just said on that podcast was promoting Russian disinformation. So they're now saying that she's a Russian asset. I mean, they can't think of another freaking thing. I mean, those things didn't work for Trump. Why do they think it's going to work now? I don't understand. So just think about it.
They're like little parrots.
What's that?
They're like little parrots. They just repeat.
They do repeat. And the thing is they're going after the Democrats. Elon Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK. These are the three biggest Democrats. So, if anybody knows anything about the inside of the Democrat Party, I'm going to say it was an elected Democrat. And all except for Elon were elected. But Elon, when you have a lot of money, people talk to you and they tell you stuff and they tell you behind the scenes stuff. And we know that because we have some billionaire friends and they always have the best gossip and it's always fresh and it's always right. So I'm going to believe what Elon, RFK, and Tulsi is telling me. I'm not going to believe what the press, who's lied to me over and over again, is telling me, what Nancy Pelosi is telling me.
Listen, those are true people, like Republicans, like anybody that can commingle with other parties and be normal and be straight. And they're not, I don't know how to explain it, but
I know exactly what you're saying. They reach across the aisle. They're normal people. They'll
go both ways.
They're not libtards and they're not extreme right conservatives. Right. Yeah. I get what you're saying. I love strong, bright, intelligent, beautiful women too. And unfortunately, the ones who don't are the Democrats, it seems. And I'm not going to put everybody in. Let's change that. The libtards, okay? The processed foods are stored in our bodies, which cause disease. Absolutely.
Of course.
World War III on the horizon. Vito, already started. You've got North Korea in with Russia. Or it's North Korea, right? Not South Korea.
It's North.
Yeah, I mean, come on, against Ukraine. Once that starts, you got China in there. Once that starts, and us with Ukraine,
the end of the world would be wars everywhere, and then Trump's the Messiah, I guess.
I don't know. Well, must be big pharma assets. That's correct. She should run for president after Trump. I agree, Dominic. I love her. So much bullshit flows out of the Democrats' mouths. I mean, the Republicans too. Look at how the Republicans lined up against Matt Gaetz. Because why? Because they couldn't face, being someone who said something that was taken totally out of context, and I was skewered. And no matter how many times we try and fix it on Wikipedia, who what's her face, Katie, the NPR, the truth distraction lady, said, it doesn't always have to be true. It just has to be consensus. Well, every time it was changed to factual commentary, they changed it back
within 3 minutes.
Minutes. So listen, I don't believe anything anymore that the press says. I only believe what I read from a bunch of other people on social media, or I hear from the person's mouth on a podcast.
I believe in what I experience.
What?
I only believe in what I experience.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I mean, I want to see it. Like the thing about X is that they have clips and they have the complete clips, of people. And if they don't have the complete clips, I call people out. Like they'll try and make a Democrat look bad, and I'll say, absolutely not. That's not what they said. Here's the complete clip, and I'll call them out because I don't want to happen to them what happened to me. It's not right. There's enough bullshit out there. You can make somebody makes themselves look like an idiot.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
No. Okay. Dinosaur. Okay. We already got there. How many times does it take to change a light bulb? Who cares? They're all in the dark anyway. I don't believe it. North Korea is inside Ukraine yet. Well, they said they were sending the troops. Facts don't care. Well, they were in Russia, right? They met up in Russia and anyway. Facts don't care about their feels. Right. Okay. So let's see. What else do I have? All right. I'll leave you with, which one? I'll leave you with this one. This is fun.
This is all pretty great. Like we're just going to wake up tomorrow morning and everything's going to go back to the way it'll be a psych. It'll be like a really bad dream and none of this will have ever happened. Right?
No.
Like it'll be like the first time and then we're all going to pull through fine in 4 years. Correct? Please? Someone tell me? I can tell you one thing right now, marriage is the farthest thing from on the table currently. So they screwed the pooch on that one if they thought that any of this was going to actually help with the whole family and kids department and lowering birth rates, because not even any semblance of thoughts I had or hope for that is completely going to be a no thanks for me, love. You think I would ever even dare bring a child into this country now? It was rough before. Now? No. That's cute. And the men, don't even get me started about dating. To think I was still entertaining a few moderates here and there sometimes. No.
How many people are marrying you? This man. None.
If you want me to procreate, you screwed the pooch.
You sealed your fate way before Trump won, honey.
This is my I love it. I mean, I don't understand the sex strike. We didn't want you to reproduce. We just wanted sane people to reproduce. So I guess we're doing
God
okay.
was gonna stop you from doing that, not
Hello, beer nuts. Missions are good. Yeah, she should go on Grindr. Absolutely. All right. Well, next week we're going to talk about the border and what's going on down there. But in the meantime, Jen, I'm going to let you have a say to everybody.
Nothing.
No,
happy Thanksgiving.
Okay. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. We are thankful to you for always being here with us. We're thankful for all of you who take the time to vote for Jennifer, who took the time to help me in my borough president's race, and who take the time to watch us every week. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And if you're lonely and by yourself, please call Jen and she'll come over and hang out with
you on Windsor Road because they don't live there anymore.
Listen, we have some issues because the New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve are on Tuesdays, so we're gonna have to figure out what to do about that. And all right,
we can do it Monday. How about that?
Well, we'll see about that. Okay, Monday. She wants to do.
I think Mondays should change the show entirely because Mondays work for me.
You want us to all start changing the show to Mondays? No more Tuesdays at all? All right. Well, you guys have to decide whether we need to change the show to Mondays from Tuesday. Yeah, right. Exactly. Ty.
What did he say?
Oh shit! He said.
Who's that?
Say hello, Ty.
Oh, it's my son.
Hello.
Say hi to your mom.
My mother?
Yeah.
What's up?
All right, hold on. We're closing the show. All right, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. We love you all, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.